To think that MK is a joke can only come from a person who does not know how military and war works. This is not EFF. This is not NP. This is not DP. This is not AP. This is MK, which is the backbone of the military intelligence of ANC. And when that breaks off with its leader, who is Jacob Zuma, only fools who don't know how strategies work would thumbsuck and have lollipops in their mouths. Because this is something. MKs Breakaway brings a disparity in ANC between the bourgeoisies and the oligarchs in the financial system and the poor people. Unfortunately, we'll have Ramaphosa protecting the interest of the economically viable and Zuma representing the pain and the tears of those at the bottom. And the populations are not divided equally. For those at the bottom are more than those that are at the top. Unfortunately, those that are at the top are managing those at the bottom. The formation of MK is a cry inside ANC to say we have become too economic, too bourgeoisie, too oligarchy-like, too pro-colonial protection, too white preservative. We've forgotten the people that brought us into power and the reason why the party itself is existing. And anyone who would protect the electorate, economically viable ANC cannot do so without losing the viability of the common people.
So you do agree that it'll have a very big impact on ANC's vote?
If I was ANC, I would not sleep, not for one day. Because Jacob Zuma, I came here in 1991, by the way, and I worked in the reconciliation of peace in Kwamashu, in Mkungundlovu, in Pietermaritzburg, the ANC and IFP wars that were happening there, the taxis and etc. And so I have my fair share of understanding exactly of what role Jacob Zuma played in the reclamation of KwaZulu-Natal into alignment with the ANC, away from IFP, which is a fact that all of us would know, that had Zuma not been present, IFP would have been running KwaZulu-Natal to date. But Zuma, having been from KwaZulu-Natal and being a stalwart of ANC, gave the KwaZulu-Natal an understanding and a sympathetic understanding that he's one of us and he's with ANC and they have instruments of power. So if we have him, we will be able to get somewhere. And you undermine that, you throw all that into the dustbin, you victimize Zuma over Nkandla, you don't want to talk about Stellenbosch, Palapala.
But they say they protected him.
But the man is in jail, the man is in prison, the man is in trunk, the man is still answering questions and etc. It's victimization. By no ways am I saying corruption is well, but the corruption you're talking about is far much less than the corruption. Talk to me about PIC, talk to me about this insurance company, these chartered accountants who right now build the model. How many billions? How many billions?
What, Steinhoff?
Steinhoff. How many billions? You tell me that 1.4, 1.6 million that you are crucifying Zuma for does not receive the amount of coverage that Steinhoff, with wiping away all the insurances of every working South African in the country. And he appears only once on newspaper. That's how bad he is. And he disappears. He's sitting in Dubai or in Cape Town in his retirement home. Is this what we are saying South Africa is all about? I mean, the money that was found on Tate Ramaphosa's couch on its own, vis-a-vis the 700 million which was spent on crucifying Zuma. How do you justify those costs? So I'm not protecting anything, but I'm saying if you say you want justice, then do justice. If you say you want fairness, then do fairness.